Hello, guys. I'm so happy to be on here today. I feel like I haven't done a video in a little while. I'm going to share this download today, and please don't lock me into it because it's just one of infinite perspectives. And you guys know, as galactic beings, we can hop around like quantum grasshoppers, appreciate perspective without necessarily binding ourselves to them. So, this is about how as humans, we're here to have an experience. It's what we came here to do. I sometimes feel like I was in outer space and I saw people eating cookies and having milk, and I was like, ooh, I think I want to go down there just to do that. So we're here to have experiences. So part of the experience is to like things, to dislike things, to like foods, to detest foods, to like smells, and then to hate smells. That's part of the experience. So we can agree or disagree, which is also part of the human experience. However, from the 0 point field, and when I talk about the 0 point field, I'm talking about the higher dimensional perception, even though higher in itself is still a dualistic concept, but from the higher dimensional perspective where you are not rooted in duality, where there is no right, where there is no wrong, where there is no good, where there is no bad, where there is no evil or angelic or light or dark. From that higher space, or you could say the 0 point field. When I talk about the 0 point field, I'm talking about the absolute reality. The absolute reality just is. It just is. That's why sometimes you can speak your truth with someone and they have no rebuttal because you've spoken from the absolute reality and it just is what it is. So, as humans, we're here to experience. However, when we say things like, I don't know that I agree with you, no one cares if you agree or disagree from that higher dimensional viewpoint, because agreeing or disagreeing is still a concept rooted in duality. So ask yourself, when you say something like, I agree or disagree, why are you saying that? Why? What is it going to benefit you if you say that? Do you think that it ripples throughout eternity? Do you think that it reverberates throughout the cosmos? No, it doesn't. Because agreeing and disagreeing are part of an older construct of reality. It's almost like the vision I'm getting now is like it's a fish trying to jump to reach something and it just can't jump high enough. Agreeing or disagreeing is kind of like that. It's part of an older format of reality that was rooted in beliefs, in the ego, in all of that. Most of the time, we agree or disagree because we're trying to comfort ourselves, because we're trying to self-preserve, because we overly identify with beliefs that we hold, or we identify as that belief. And it's a way for us to cling on to our persona, to our personality. That's why we do that. From the higher viewpoint, though, no one cares if you agree or disagree. And I recognize that this message might be a little off-putting to people. I actually had a negotiation with my guys today. They were like, you need to put this out. And I'm like, I don't think people are quite ready for this message. And maybe they'll get it in 5 years from now. But I was like, let's just do it. It's just a perspective. Let's not get locked into perspective. So when you agree or disagree with someone, you're kind of defending something, as opposed to appreciating that realistically, we're not really creating anything new. All these perspectives always were. They were always part of source matrix. They were always part of the one mind. They were always part of source consciousness. Because there are infinite perspectives in the world, in the cosmos, in the universe. It's a library of perspectives. So when you're agreeing or disagreeing, you're really just responding to what is. The weather just is. You could say that that's a perspective of nature. And then your response isn't a perspective, is just a response to a perspective that is. So it's not really doing anything. Maybe in an older format of reality, or even now, it might get people's older energies, the stagnant energies, moving. Because if I'm like, I don't agree with you, and you're like, well, I don't agree with you, it gets that old energy moving up and out of the system. But even that is still rooted in duality. So that was another vision I got, is that when we agree or disagree, maybe back in the day, it got energy moving, and then people were able to to argue or debate and eventually love each other, and then they expanded the field, you know? But where we stand now in this ascension timeline is that agreeing or disagreeing is null and no one cares if you agree or disagree. We really do this because we're still trying to defend something, when really what we could be doing is just offering a different perspective, and then imagining that we have this huge laundry basket and we're just going to put as many perspectives into that basket as we can. Okay? So it's an important message for people. And believe me, I'm sharing this with you guys, and a lot of the messages I share aren't always easy to share because I can actually feel people's reactions as I'm sharing them. Because time and space are an illusion. Timelines, we're quantum grasshoppers, so we can tune into different timelines as I'm speaking. So if ever I say no to someone, I can feel how that can cause a reaction in everyone who might have rejection issues, or who might have abandonment issues and they don't like being told no to, or they don't like to be declined. So when I speak, I pick up on all these different timelines. So it's not always easy to share these perspectives, but hopefully by now you know my heart. I'm only here to add perspective. I'm not here to lock myself into beliefs. I'm not here to impose my beliefs on you because I don't really have beliefs. So my point is, agreeing or disagreeing from the absolute realities viewpoint is irrelevant. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't change anything. It's a way to soothe your own ego. It's a way to remain in that box of belief that's keeping you from broadening your horizons, that's keeping you from stretching your mind into other dimensions, and it really doesn't do anything. It's ineffective. So I hope that this message helps you guys. I'm trying to think if there's anything to add. Oh, this is the other thing I wanted to add. I think it's quite important. Because we're part of an experience, it's the human experience, it's totally okay if you agree or disagree with someone, if you recognize it as an experience. Some people take it they go from 0 to 100, and you can tell they get caught in the game, in the illusion. This is just an experience. So I will have fun and be playful with friends sometimes, and I'll be like, I don't agree with you, but I don't have an attachment to that. I'm having fun. It's part of my experience. I'm able to see that this is indeed an experience where I get to have an opinion. I get to not like Mexican food if I don't want to like Mexican food. I do like Mexican food. But I get to dislike smells. But we also have to keep in mind that the smell is just a smell. It's just being a smell. And maybe it's not supposed to attract you specifically, but someone else might gel with that energy or that smell. You know? So when you can see life from this bird's eye view of, I'm going to be and participate in this experience, and I'm going to state things, but I'm not going to take things personally, and I'm not going to let things heat up or boil up. That's when you have power, because then you can be that spiritual being who has the overview, who's able to see things from a higher perspective, but you can also be the human enjoying the experience. But a lot of people who agree or disagree don't know why they're doing that. It's because they're still comforting their ego. They're still living within the confines of beliefs or their ancestors' thoughts or their ancestors' programming. And that's why agreeing to disagree is quite powerful. So I love you guys, and I hope that this message helps you. And that's it. Quick video. Love you.